Hello, everybody. We are about to engage in our boss battle tonight. A fabled tier boss battle where these four-story tier heroes will prove themselves worthy, or perhaps not. But we'll have to wait and see. So, without further ado, let us begin introducing our heroes tonight. We have the Fungal Florin Ranger. We have Penneh Bunwolph is here now. Penneh, how are you?
Penneh is good.
Penneh, how are you feeling? Are you I mean, you say good, but do you have any kind of jitters going into what is going to be a significantly more dangerous encounter than you usually are forced into?
Hmm. Penneh thinks she'll do good anyway.
Well, I'm glad to hear that kind of confidence coming from you, Penneh. And Penneh, do you have any? Well, just out of curiosity, and I don't want you to tell me what it is just yet, but have you already selected your title? Um,
Uh, what is title?
Oh dear. Well, for anyone in this group that is already unaware, when you reach Fabled tier, you'll be bestowed a title of your own choosing. So make sure that you think of that before the ceremony, should you win. But of course, winning will have to come first. Penneh, any closing thoughts before we move on?
Hmm. Penneh is hungry.
Well, that is terrifying, uh, because I assume that means that you hunger for well, the corpse of the individual that you'll be bringing down. So, Penneh, it's good to see that you're fired up. Next up, we have Mavek Redstring, the Orc Bard. Mavek, how are you?
I ain't scared.
Not scared?
Two words for you. Two words. Nightmare Court. I've seen enough shit already. I'm not scared of anything else.
You make an excellent point, Mavik. I think very much this kind of round of adventurers have already been through so much here in the land of DnDTime that what could one Swoldemort possibly possibly pose as a threat to you? You've survived the Nightmare Court. Uh, no reservations whatsoever, Mavik. Have you been
I
drinking
mean,
any liquid
survive Nightmare
courage?
Court's kind of a iffy word, but yeah, I feel pretty confident right now.
Now, have you been imbibing any liquid courage, Mavik?
What? Oh, you mean booze? Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, you got to kind of stay frosty going into this one.
Yeah,
Don't want to be too, yeah.
I don't want to miss all my attacks again.
That is a wise decision, Mavik, and I wish you the best of luck. Welcome, Sarah Galanodel, uh, the half elven cleric. How are you, Sarah? There.
I've been reading your guys' book
Oh, really?
that you and Jeremy have put. I found
Um,
it very funny that you put that triangular scar in there.
uh, why? Why would you think that that was so funny?
Oh, I have no idea, Pete.
Mm-hmm. Um, you're seeming very confrontational right now, Sarah, and I mean, I know that you have kind of a lot of general sort of anger towards, well, myself, and I think Jeremy also on a to a perhaps an even greater extent. But Sarah, you need to stay focused. I mean, you're going into a dangerous
Pete,
situation. Are you
if
prepared?
you think the black shade, let me introduce you to something darker.
Sarah, you're scaring me a little bit. I need you to focus. Please direct your anger elsewhere. You have bigger fish to fry right now. I'm concerned for your sake.
I have bigger fish to fry right now. Is that a joke, Pete?
Well,
Because
yes,
I'm a half Aquan elf?
well, that wasn't exactly the joke that I was making, but um, well, you know, I don't think I can. I don't think I can salvage this
Thank you for
conversation.
the
So
introduction, Pete.
yes, I was going to say I don't think I can salvage this one. So we're just going to move right on. Uh, goodbye, Sarah. Hello, Sunny. Sunny, I need your cheery disposition right now. How are you, Sunny?
Oh, I'm great. I'm having a good day.
I'm really glad to hear that, Sunny. How are you doing? Are you ready? Are you prepared?
Oh yeah. I hope I'm prepared to make friends, lots and lots of friends.
This is definitely the time to make friends, and maybe at least with your fellow adventuring companions. As these
Oh, I
boss
don't care
battles.
about them. I just want to be friends with the big guy.
The big guy, who's that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fair enough. I mean, you've heard rumors then of the muscled individual that you might soon encounter.
I didn't know he was muscled. I just knew that he was a person.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, let us bring you into the moment, as it were. The four of you, what am I saying? The four of you stand on the streets of Central City. And the streets are relatively clear. You've been called there by, well, an individual that would not normally make a request. You are called there by a Mort. For any of you that are unfamiliar with the Morts of Central City, they are a gang of individuals, fairly short, kind of middle-aged men, a little bit overweight, sort of rough, kind of comb-over hair on top, and they are the largest criminal gang within Central City, and the way that they've managed to do so is by all looking identical. They use illusion magics and strange transmutations to turn their bodies into exact mirrors of each other, allowing them to blend into plain sight, as most of the time the Central City Town Guard is unable to know who to arrest. Where you begin, you stand now in front of a group of Morts. You sit inside of a kind of a large meeting hall, it looks like, and 30 or 40 of these individuals are in there, voices kind of bickering as they argue back and forth about what has transpired today. A Mort that stands next to you, kind of looking up at you, all of them kind of, the voices around you echoing in identical voices. The voice sort of to your left is looking up at the four of you. All right, guys, so we kind of messed up on this one. Us Morts, we have our own place in the city, and well, I don't think the city would even run if it wasn't for us. We get charged with a lot of crimes. Some people call us a mob. They call us a criminal organization, but that's all a lot of hooey. And, we've done a lot of good for the community around here. But to do that sort of good, well, there's a lot of stuff that we have to do to be on the up and up. We got to make sure our defenses are at their peak. We got to make sure we definitely all look the same. That's a really important aspect of it. You hear another Mort kind of across the room. Hey, shut up over there. Just tell him what's going on. Yeah, I'm getting to it. So anyway, we were kind of working on this new sort of Mort. So you see me. You see what I look like. I'm not in particularly an impressive physical specimen. Would you say that you agree or disagree with that statement?
Yeah, you look small. You're definitely not strong.
Yes, that is relatively correct. I think there's maybe a little bit more muscle on here than one might think, but yeah,
you
strong.
Are a pitiful,
I'm an orc.
disgusting
All
man.
weaker than me.
Yeah,
Not
I've heard that
impressed
one.
with you.
I've heard that one before, for sure. So yeah, kind of a small guy, not necessarily strong, bright. Another word that a lot of people use to describe some people, but not
Stupid?
me. Stupid. Yeah, I've been called stupid before. You hear another Mort across the room. Definitely worse than stupid. Yeah, so you get the idea.
to the point.
Okay, so, well, we do research. We try and improve things. And, well, we thought we had a way to make a Mort that was just real strong. And also really smart. You know what I mean? So it's like, picture me, but strong and smart, and that's it.
I'd
just
rather
me,
not.
but really strong and smart. Okay, well, we did it, but unfortunately, us Morts we come in with a code that Morts gotta stick together, that we're gonna work together. There's sort of a, I don't want to go so far as to call it a hive mind, but it's something. Well, this particular Mort did not come encoded with that hive mind, maybe a side effect of all the strength and all the smarts, but, well, now he's out and he's really given us Morts a worse name than we already had.
Is it Michael Verity wearing his ear?
No.
I'll do it, but you're gonna have to throw in 30 bags of fertilizer, the special ones that you have on side for me.
Yes, done. We were gonna do that. We already had that deal, but we'll give you a huge discount on that. And by that I mean we'll just give them to you. Yeah, that's a done deal. And you're gonna have to talk to that Mort over there. Hey, yeah, that's me. We'll work that after, Sonny. We'll work that out after. But, yeah, the mayor's kind of up in arms. Right now, she's talking, we gotta get rid of all the Morts just because of this Mort. So maybe if you go deal with this bad Mort, we can keep our kind of operation flowing, everyone's happy, and that Mort doesn't destroy all of Central
Yeah.
City. It's kind of like an everybody wins,
Just out of curiosity, how much is the mayor offering Bartholomew's adventurers to eliminate all the Morts?
To kill every Mort, I mean, that's not really a thing that's on the table at the moment. I mean, that's just kind of the direction that we're thinking, and we kind of want to prevent that, if you know. Although, if you want to negotiate with her, I mean, she's going to be dead through this Mort anyway, so you're going to have to kill that Mort in the long run.
I see. Very well.
Well, we got
Where
bash
is
an orc.
this?
I mean, a Mort.
We're Morts, okay? Please don't call us orcs. We are clearly...
No, I'm just tired and drunk and tired.
Oh,
Can I call you living pieces of human filth?
Like I said, we've been called much worse than that. I would rather if you just called me Mort, but that is... I mean, that seems a little bit rough, to be frank with you.
Alright, garbage.
That's slightly more reasonable. Yeah, he's killed a lot of people. He's kind of proclaimed himself some sort of muscular overlord, but you're gonna find him right in the town square.
With
Okay.
that, Sir leaves and heads towards the town square.
All right.
fellows.
I guess I'm coming too.
Well, but before they
city
actually
center.
enter the town square, Penneh will cast Long Strider on
I am now a fast orc.
Very good. Mavek,
My knowledge of city center, is there a building or structure that I could get on that has a really good overlook of town square?
Yes and no. I mean, there are a lot of really kind of tall buildings, as it's just kind of skyscrapers in this place. You could go to a higher floor and open a window, but most of the windows are fairly protected. Or you could go up to the roof, but then you'd be too high, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could go into a building and try and get a look out of a random window if you wanted.
Like subway stations that I could climb on top of, or
There are tram cars and stuff that kind of move through trolleys.
okay.
If-
I'd like to position myself on an elevated area looking out onto the town square, where I'm 15-20 feet off the ground, if possible. Even
Yeah.
if there's a tree that I could easily climb, that I could look out onto the whole square.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something that you can get. As you're kind of moving into the space, before you get into there, you see that there's a lot of people that are just generally sort of fleeing the area, and you can see a few bodies of individuals that have just been thrashed and kind of thrown about on the street. They look like they are in very terrible, terrible shape. As you're kind of getting your first viewpoint, I would like you to make me a stealth check. I assume you're trying to be out of notice, or you just want a high ground. Do you not care about whether or not you're seen on it?
As long as I can make it to that point that is in the high ground without being noticed in the first place, as soon as I'm there, I don't care whether I'm noticed. But
Alright, so go
I'll
ahead.
roll that stealth.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
5.
Alright.
Sonny's gonna hide as a flower next to the tree and pull out her and ready to summon her little her rapier.
Okay. And what about Penneh and Mavek?
Penneh's just strided in there.
Boldly stride forth, Mavek.
I'm more striding, but I distance to avoid association.
All right, so Penneh is the one that's kind of most up in the fray at the moment. And as you stride in boldly, Penneh, the sight that you see at the center of the town square is interesting. The statue that is normally placed at the center of the town square, a statue of the mayor, Dorothy Parker, has been toppled and knocked over, and in its place, you can see several individuals that are in the process of like carving out of a big solid chunk of stone. They've gotten through to the head, but it looks like they're carving the statue of a Mort, and you can see sticking up out of it one extremely muscly arm curled up into kind of a flex. And modeling for that in front of it, you can see what looks like a really tall, really muscular version of Mort, the same kind of comb over awful and wispy hairdo, and other than that though, in the same kind of, middle-aged, slightly kind of grizzled face. But other than that, this individual has the body of sort of a Greek god, as they are standing up there, kind of posing with their arms out dramatically, kind of making muscles into the air. And as you approach, you hear this Mort kind of call out. You can see that they kind of make a quick eye contact with you, Sarah, as you're moving up over to the tree, but they don't immediately react to it. And this Mort calls out to you, Penneh. Oh, hello there! Welcome! My name is Lord Swoldemort.
Penneh just looks at him, kind of cocks her head.
That's right, Lord Swoldemort. I am perhaps what you might call a new evolution in Morts. The greatest ever to live. If you couldn't already tell. And he kind of poses again. He's not wearing a shirt, and kind of the sunlight coming down from Central City is kind of gleaming off of the kind of slightly polished muscles that he seems to have. Go ahead and so you cast Bless. Everyone now has, well, the effects of the Bless spell. And he goes, "Are you here to get gains? Or are you here to subjugate yourself to worship?" And you see over on the side of the room, there are several Morts and just kind of random civilians that are over there kind of doing push-ups just in the town square. You watch as one of them sort of, their arms are very shaky and they kind of collapse on the ground. Lord Swoldemort turns his head very quickly towards them. "Did I tell you to stop? You'll never get as swollen as me if you don't keep that up." And
I'm sorry, but Gaines is copyright to Kuro Gaines.
Oh, that weakling Kurogan. Yeah, I've heard of him. He has nothing on these muscles.
I'm sorry, you're talking too much.
Yeah, Penneh just looking at him head doesn't match body. Head needs to go.
And as you kind of he kind of flexes that time, you see his arms kind of crash together and kind of swell even greater in size, becoming larger. And he goes, "Don't mind me. That's just my mage armor." And you're just gonna go ahead and try and hit him with the spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
The spiritual weapon pops into existence. And for the record, you're about 30 feet away from him, where you are kind of on the outside of the scare, up in the tree, right? Yeah, in the tree. The spiritual weapon just kind of, as it flies up to him, you see, not even looking at it, one of the arms moves up and it just kind of catches it, and you hear it off of the arm almost like it was striking metal.
Out of curiosity, if I rolled Bless, would that affect?
Well, go ahead and roll the Bless, and I'll tell whether or not you hit. It still does not hit.
Why'd you have me roll that?
Because I would have given you information you didn't have. So, as that happens, he goes, "Subjugate it is, I guess. I'd like you guys to roll for initiative."
Can I get my main action as well as the bonus action? Or?
Unfortunately not. This isn't a surprise round. He very much saw all of you walk in.
Very much so, all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes last.
He goes last, which means the first to act in this instance is you, Sonny.
You don't seem that strong to me. Here, have one of these.
I am extremely strong.
Oh, that's. It wouldn't let me high level it, but it should be one level higher to be.
Don't forget to roll your bless.
Yep.
Um,
Does it hit?
it just hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Oh, alright.
3 points of radiant, or I'm sorry, 16 points of radiant. As your guiding bolt flies outward, it strikes into his already kind of gleaming abdominal muscles, and that light kind of spreads through as he's now bathed in this kind of glow of holy light. As he's been targeted for advantage. Is there anything else on your turn, Sonny?
No, not right now.
And as that kind of hits him, you hear him kind of go, barely even felt it. Weak attack, didn't even feel it. But he definitely felt it. As we move next on to, who was next in initiative? That would have been you, Sarah. What do you wish to do?
Hey, that looks like a good idea. Does a 21 hit?
21 does definitely. Oh yeah, because you have the advantage already. Yeah, 21 definitely hits.
Okay. I'm going to turn it from radiant into fire, which means I reroll 1s and 2s on this. I'll reroll that 1 for sure. Okay. So 18 radiant damage.
18 points of radiant damage. Woof! Another strong guiding bolt flies out, guided by the success of the first guiding bolt, as you guys kind of hit with this guiding bolt chain. As it's...
Does it increase the damage by 2 for my Amulet of Inferno?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so it's not 18, it's actually 20.
Very good. Strikes into Lord Swoldemort, who once again is kind of bathed in this light. This one kind of hits him right about the pec region, and flexes once again as it strikes, seeming to kind of diminish some of the damage. This person is definitely very much not human anymore, as this should have killed any regular Mort. In that case, that is going to bring us next in initiative to
13. Plus.
Oh, yes. 13 does not hit. You want to roll that bless? A 16 does, however. Go ahead and roll damage. 10 more points of force damage, crushing it right now. The spiritual weapon. What is the form of your spiritual weapon, by the way?
It's a giant skull that rams its forehead into the other creature's.
Yeah, and as you hit him with the kind of the skull, he kind of leans into it and goes to almost like headbutt against the skull, but the skull kind of gets the better half, and you see as his head kind of flies backwards a little bit. Is that all for your turn?
That's...
At the end of your turn, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to Eldritch Lats you, as he kind of turns around back and flexes, and his lateral muscles. He's gonna shoot one of those at you over in the tree.
Wait. He shot one of his muscles out. Okay.
He didn't fire the muscle itself, but he fired a beam of energy as he kind of focused and flexed his muscles in the space. That's a 19 against you, Sarah.
Yeah, that just barely hit.
And you should make me a concentration saving throw, or a constitution save. Oof, and the...
Hold on. Bless is still up.
Oh, damn, you're right. Bless is still up. Just barely succeed. Nice. And you do take 9 points of force damage, however. And anything else on your turn? Or that was the end of your turn, which means it's going to be... that's going to be Mavek. What do you want to do?
Alright. Everyone's already got some cool crap already. So I'm going to cast Shredder on this buff guy.
What is this?
It's just Shatter, but renamed.
Oh, but of course. He's going to make a Constitution saving throw. He is okay at those. But he fails, unfortunately. A massive explosion of thunder there in kind of the center of the square. As it kind of crashes into him, you see him reflexively kind of throw his hands up over his ears, flexing a bit as he does so. Anything else on anything else?
I will give my metal inspiration. Wait, say it. Metal inspiration to Penneh. Very cool inspiration.
Awesome. Yeah, you shred on your guitar. There's an explosion of sound, and Penneh, you are inspired as you kind of hear these wailing metal tunes. That means it's going to move on to Penneh. What do you wish to do?
Penneh will start off with Zephyr Strike.
Remember your bark inspiration.
You feel the wind kind of pick up and course around you as you.
Penneh will speed towards Swoldemort.
Yes, you are already relatively close, so you can get there with. You could have gotten there with the 30 feet. You're definitely good on that.
Okay, she'll attack using the spell render.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll. An 8, unfortunately.
Add my d6. I give you for a reason.
I'm going to say I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration
All right.
and can also use Bless on top of that.
Indeed, roll them away. You got a lot more reach with this. Unfortunately, a 13 still does not hit. The spell render crashes into this individual's sort of rock hard abs.
If I remember right, let's see. I'm also gonna let me check. Also, one of the features. Let me see. Oh, I can actually make another attack action. Okay, because of Dread Ambusher.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack. 18 does hit. Roll damage on that one.
Which it also adds extra D8.
Yep, from the Dread Ambusher feature. Rough roll there, but you still strike for you four as you cut in with the spell render. It kind of drags across around his waist, and kind of a flash of blood appears, kind of streaking the ground and the side of his body. You're marring my perfect form. This is unacceptable.
Right after she does that, she's going to use her the last 40 feet of movement she has from Zephyr Strike, as well as the 10 from the Dread Ambusher, and move to somewhere that blocks his line of sight.
Okay. You can get kind of behind over kind of nearby. There's sort of it looks like a bus stop, but it's one of those large kind of vertical ones that creates a little bit of a barricade that you're able to duck behind. So you hop behind one of the bus stops, or the automatic cart stops, as it were. Anything else on your turn, Penneh?
That be all.
At this point, Swoldemort kind of cracks his knuckles, and as he does so, he kind of calls out, "All right, you guys aren't putting on this muscleage fast enough. We're gonna need to speed things up." And kind of points one heavy flex over to some of the Morts that are over there kind of working out. And you see as he points his flex in their direction, both of them, all of a sudden, their bodies, they don't get bigger, but their bodies just become incredibly shredded all of a sudden. And he's going to roll. Just exactly one Mort becomes incredibly shredded as he kind of hops up, and you hear him go, "Whatever you say, boss." And that Mort begins kind of running over to where you are behind this sort of bus thing, Penneh. And Swoldemort is going to kind of look around the space, and he's going to go after. I think he's going to go after you, Sonny, and he begins running, kind of his very long legs, creating huge strides, and for the last kind of 20 feet, he just seems to like leap up into the air and jump, and kind of crash down on the ground in front of you, as he's going to swing in and punch you. To 13.
Nope!
13 misses, and then after the kind of punch comes in, it slams into the ground. You see the stone crack as you duck out of the way. He sweeps in with a leg kick. These are just his arm strikes.
Ooh, that hurts! Ow!
For kind of 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the kind of ankle catches you in the side. Despite your florin body, which, you know, it's a little bit kind of better against bludgeoning damage than perhaps a human body, it still absolutely kills as you feel it crash into you. And then he's going to do one more thing, and he's going to look over at you, Mavek.
I know.
Take a look at these magic muscles. He flexes once more, and you watch as 3 beams of arcane energy appearing in what look like the shape of fists fly out at you as you take 11 points of force damage from magic muscles.
Ow, what the fuck? Shit.
And that's going
Did I
to
get punched by fucking air?
He got punched by magic muscle. And then the Mort that ran over after you, Penneh, which is up next to you, is going to make 2 attacks against you. Oh god, good thing it doesn't roll dice, so it can't get any damage from the crit. That's a 6 against you, Penneh. I'm sorry, 12 against you.
12 misses.
But I assume that 27 hits for 6 points of bludgeoning damage is with his new swollen body. This Mort walks over and just lands a kind of a swift punch right to the gut.
Yeah, the 6, that does hit.
Man, this body's way better than my old kind of flabby one. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the initiative, which I believe is going to be you, Sarah. Or was it Sarah? No, it was Sunny first. Sunny, you have a big muscly person right down in front of you.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guy? You don't look that strong to me. Hexing strength.
All right. He doesn't make a save against that. He just has disadvantage on strength.
And then, I'm gonna...
Oh, man! He watches all of his muscles just a tiny bit deflate. He goes, What did you do to me?
Pour oil on you! Because I'm at advantage anyway, so an 18 hits, right?
Has there not been... there was already been an attack against him from the advantage, from Penneh.
Oh, but does a 17 hit, though?
17 hits anyway, yeah.
So he takes 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And he's covered in oil.
Absolutely. You kind of stab into him. What ability is this?
It's just a flask of oil. It's an item.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, you cover him up in oil. Which he definitely seems to like. His body definitely already had some oil on it. And he goes, I mean, I know you kind of deflated him a little bit, but I also appreciate you putting that extra shine on there. As the kind of glass bottle is sticking out inside of him. That's going to bring us next to initiative. I think that's all for your turn, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Question about, since Zephyr Strike was a concentration spell.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was just the one round. Yeah, you need you,
Yeah, I rolled, but, is this
yeah,
like
you can
6?
still, 6 would fail, but you still have the Bless, which you can throw on top of that, so roll the d4. If you get a 4, you'll be good.
Also, Lord Swoldemort wasn't concentrating on anything, was it?
He was not at the moment, no. That is going to then bring us to, Sarah now, I believe. Or wait, was it Mavek now? I'm sorry, I'm all...
No,
Sunny's there, and Mavek.
I was very correct. Sarah, what do you got?
I mean, if it worked the first...
Yeah, why mess with the streak? Roll Bless. Bless is putting in work today, man. The guiding bolt courses outwards. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, remember that I'm re-rolling 1s and 2s, and that it adds to...
No
If
1s
I
and
won't
2s there.
re-roll any of those 6s.
No, you're not going to re-roll those 6s? So that's 25 points of radiant damage. Nice roll.
No,
Is it?
it is 30 points of fire damage.
Why is it 30?
Because the flask of oil lights on fire as my
Oh.
Yeah!
Oh my god,
Yeah!
Wombo combo.
Yeah!
the combo.
As this kind of guiding bolt flies outwards, the radiant light turns to a bright red flame, and as it strikes into the Swoldemort, his body just instantly kind of goes up like a torch, setting a pretty imposing figure, which is somewhat lessened by the oh god, as he's kind of like trying to pat himself down.
Yeah, and I'll move my spiritual weapon closer because he moved 30 feet. It can only move 20, but I can't attack with it, so instead I'm going
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn? Oh, well, that's definitely all for your turn. That's going to bring us next to you, Mavek.
Okay.
Actually, I
So I get hit for half my life total, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the power of self-healing.
All right.
Could I move?
Oh yeah, if you want to hop out of the tree, you can.
I want to hop out of the tree, move.
I restore
over the
5
way to
health.
this big muscle fire.
Okay.
I will then use my movement to... Okay, so where is he?
He is just kind of standing right next to Sunny. He is, within walking distance of you. He's within 30 feet.
So I'm going to get...
I want to remind Mavek that he does have an extra 10 feet of movement.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, you have a long strider.
So I'm going to kind of... I'm not going to really avoid attacks that well. So I'm going to use my bonus action at... So the tree is still here, right?
Yep.
I'm going to get by a tree before that, I'm going to use Spark Inspiration on... Switch's character.
Sarah, yes. You are inspired by...
And then I'm going to I'm going to use my move to go by a tree.
All right,
For cover.
As you kind of revolving door cover, you hop out into the tree as Sarah hops out of it. Or I guess you're ducking behind kind of like the base of it at the moment. And that's all for your turn?
Yep.
All right, that's going to bring us to Penneh. There's a Mort kind of right up in your grill right now.
Okay, if I move away from the bus stop and towards Swoldemort again, how much movement would that take?
That's only, Swoldemort moved a little bit away because you're kind of on the opposite side of the square. So that's going to be about 50 feet of movement from where you are right now.
Well, I guess I'll... Let me check something right quick about my stuff here.
And actually, while you're doing that, since I was going to do it at the end of your turn, but I'll do it now. At the end of your turn, Mavek, he's going to use his Eldritch Lats once more as he flexes his back muscles at you and fires a beam of arcane energy. Unfortunately,
God, why is this guy hating me so much?
I know he's going after Sarah, but unfortunately,
by Sarah? Oh, okay, fuck after me.
All right, what's it going to be, Penneh?
All right, so Penneh will, Penneh will use her action. Well, first she's gonna move 30 feet away from the Mort.
The one that's next to you?
Yes, and does not provoke take opportunity because of Zephyr Strike.
Yep, because of the Zephyr Strike.
And when she gets far enough away, she's gonna release some slip spores upon it. 1 second.
On the Mort that you just ran away from?
Yep.
Immediately crashes over, completely knocked unconscious by the sleep.
And since he's behind the bus stop, I don't think anyone's gonna miss him.
Yeah, he's knocked out for sure.
And with the remaining 20 feet of movement, I'm gonna head towards. Sorry, yeah, actually, that should be all I can do right now. So.
All right. You said you're moving closer to Swoldemort?
As far as I can. So yeah.
At the start of Swoldemort's turn, he kind of points again towards the crew of kind of people over there and just goes, "Lift, boys, lift!" And another Mort emerges buff and begins kind of running over towards him. Not going to be able to get to you, Penny, so he's actually going to go in the direction of you, Sunny, and is going to... Yeah, what you going to do is going to run up and make an attack. This new Mort that has come into existence against you, Sunny, and he goes, "This is incredible!" 21 to hit, Sunny.
Oh, owie!
That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage, but this Mort is going to provoke an opportunity attack. The Swoldemort is he's going to actually move away from you.
Oh, okay. Take that.
Oh yeah, definitely hits. Nice hit.
Piercing, 9 piercing. Oh, plus the D6 for my budgeting. From my.
Bardic Inspiration? Wait, did I give it to you or no? I didn't give it to you.
He took another one from my heck.
All right. Yeah, he takes 10 points of damage total, and he's starting to look pretty bloody now. There's like cuts and stuff all over his body. He's looking a little bit beat up as he runs over and makes, not necessarily mechanically bloodied, I just mean he's bloody, as he runs over and makes a huge leaping bound over towards you, Sarah.
Don't forget to roll Constitution for heck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, this is true. And as he kind of goes up in front of you, this is actually really perfect. His body's still kind of burning with this oily fire. He's going to use his pyrotechnics and extinguish that fire, and as he does so, fireworks flash outwards from his body as he flexes and his pec muscles seem to absorb the flames on him. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Sarah.
DC.
I will tell you after you roll. That is definitely enough.
Bless? No? Oh.
Nope, you're good. You saved. And as this kind of blinding light appears, you avert your eyes quickly enough to not be affected by it. But he is going to come in and make a couple of attacks against you with his regular rolled punch. 12 misses and a 26, I assume, hits.
Yep.
The kind of punch misses, but again, as he kind of comes in with the knee afterwards and sort of a flying jump knee, crashes down. All right, that's enough of this. The knee crashes down into you. I need you to make me a concentration check. You maintain concentration on your bless, but Swoldemort bears down on top of you as it passes to the top of the initiative, which was...
Sunny!
What do you wish to do, Sunny?
Oh, I'm gonna use my bonus action. And I'm gonna just roll 3d6s, because why not?
All right.
All on me, so I heal for 7.
Okay. You feel the healing energy kind of course through you.
Awesome! I liked you better on fire. And he takes another 5 fire damage from the oil. And he takes another 2 from the hex.
Very good. Another 12 points of fire damage. You blast into the Mort, who lights up a blaze once more. Is that all for your turn?
Yeah, that's good.
This is starting to really burn my biceps. That's gonna bring us next in initiative to Sarah. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna draw my rapier.
All right.
And I'll say, it's time to put a pin in this.
Yeah, that's a pun, technically. You kind of go up and try to stab into him, but he flexes his core muscles right at the right moment, and it's like stabbing into iron. Anything else on your turn?
Yep.
You chug another healing potion. And at the end of your turn, he's going to use his legendary action for this round and just swing down and try and punch you.
Oh.
I mean, that defo hits for 16 points of bludgeoning as the massive fist comes crashing down.
Glad I...
Make another concentration check. He really wants to see that bless go.
Okay. This one's DC 8? Nope, still...
Yep, same DC. Yeah, the bless fades.
Bless finally goes.
That bless put in some mileage, though, as we move on to the next initiative, which is you, Mavek.
Alright, so I'm going to use the orc feature, aggressive.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to run up to him. So, like, I guess there was right in front of him, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to get kind of to his back area, kind of. And with my axe of shredding, I'm just going to freaking hit him in the back with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make it. Oh man, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
4
points of slashing damage. You pick up you take your guitar by the neck and swing down using its axe side to cut.
Everyone's doing all this cool shit, and I just do freaking 4 damage. Dad. Yeah. He seems very frustrated.
You see the huge gash appear down his back as Swoldemort kind of looks back towards you angrily, not sure on
look at her,
at this point. Penneh.
Alright, Penneh's gonna move up to Swoldemort and basically attack with the spell render again.
Alright, go ahead and make an attack. 12 unfortunately misses. Anything else on your turn, Penneh?
That's all I can do.
All right. In that case, it's going to bring us to Swoldemort's turn. Start of his turn, he flexes once more, and you watch as he kind of inspires 2 more Morts, as now all of the Morts that were in the square have been raised up and made muscly. And those 2 Morts are going to run over, and one of them is also going to run after you, Sonny, and the other one is going to run all the way over to the big fracas, where it is right now, but he has to dash to get up to you, Penneh. And that's who he's going to go for. He's going to go after you, Penneh. He ends his turn next to you, but he can't attack. But the ones next to you, Sonny, both can attack.
Yay!
That's a 13 and a 14.
And that just hits.
14 hits. Another kind of punch to the gut as these muscly Morts are doing quite a bit of damage. And then Swoldemort will take his turn.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, wait,
Fire!
Do you have
Yep!
Oh, no.
Get good!
This Mort is going to make a dex save, which he's not very good at. 11 points of fire damage.
Yep!
And can you can only get the one that attacked you with that, right?
It's
an AoE?
Check.
No, it is not an AoE.
Okay.
No!
So the fire kind of blasts back out at him in response, and right as he kind of hits you in the gut, he goes, "Ha! Take that all!" As he is completely incinerated in an instant reaction blaze. He will not make that mistake again because he is
That sunflower is freaking scary.
And that is going to bring us to Swoldemort's going to do his thing. He's going to, for starters, I think he's just going to magic muscle you, Sarah. And he's going to cast that at 2nd level to be safe.
Oh, fuck.
That's what were you at?
I was at 6. And max it's 24.
Wait, so you're still up after that?
No. I was at 6. He dealt
Okay.
18, so I'm at 0.
Well, actually, you're at 0 with 2 failed death saves, as 2 of the magic missiles hit you while you are downed.
Oh no.
So Sarah's not in rough shape as he flexes and as he casts his magic muscle this time. He throws what looks like 4 fake punches in the air, which coalesce in 4 magical fists that fly down and strike Sarah, who falls, continuing to pummel her after she's down. And then he's going to swing around and make 2 attacks against you, Mavek, with his punch. That's a
First hit.
25.
They're both. Yep, I'm down.
Oh god!
I got down with both though, so I'm not.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's still against me.
2 kind of swift punches as Swoldemort comes around. I'm not fun in games. The first punch kind of lands in you, knocks the wind out of you, and then an elbow kind of descending down from above on the head, and Mavek's unconscious.
Everything goes down in here. You just fucking hear him. This is fucking blood. Clocked.
And Swoldemort's looking tired, but he's still got some fight in him, and that's gonna bring us next in initiative to Sunny. 2 of your friends are dying on the ground, and 1 Mort still remains in front of you.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna create a bonfire next to that, that Swoledemort. Because why not?
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna make Lord Swoldemort is gonna make a death save.
Yep.
He just
He's
barely
just bad.
succeeds.
But it's continuous, so it's gonna constantly hit him. Also, I'm gonna use my last healing light to heal myself for. Okay, I heal for 1.
Okay. All right. In that case, Sarah.
There's down.
I know. Sarah is completely down as Sarah's life ends on the battlefield right now. Sarah falls. And Swoldemort kind of, as the last kind of breath leaves her body, Swoldemort just kind of smiles and goes, I told you should have lifted with me. And he's going to, well, that's going to pass the turn on to you, Mavek, who I also need you to make me a death saving throw.
Haha, critical success.
Mavek, you stand with 1 hit point. The turn is yours. What do you wish to do?
All right. First off, fuck you. Second off, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. I'm gonna use a second level spell slot to do that.
All right, you cast Cure Wounds on yourself at 2nd level. Go ahead and roll it.
All right, 1 second. How do I add the modifier in Roll20?
How do you add the modifier?
Like how I like the cast higher spell level in Roll20.
When you click on the spell, it should ask you what level you want to cast at, and then just click.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hey! Ooh, 17 points of healing. Nice. That is massive, as all of a sudden your wounds kind of seal over and you're much better space. At the end of your turn, he's going to take an Eldritch Lats shot over at you. He's going to take an Eldritch Lats shot at you, Penneh, as his legendary action. That's a 13 against you, Penneh.
Miss.
1 damage. Watch out for it.
Well, it misses. Anyway.
Yes. The one does not even connect. As we...
Oh, wait, did he have a turn yet? Okay.
That was his legendary action. As we move now, do you have a bonus action on your turn, by the way?
Me?
Mavek, yeah.
None I can use.
Okay, in that case, that's going to bring us to Penneh. What do you want to do? There's a Mort right next to you.
Okay, how much HP does Sunny have?
Well, right now I have 10.
I have 18.
Alright, so, Penneh will move towards... Yeah, Penneh will move towards Sunny and give her give him a potion of healing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Alright.
Jump it down my throat. Just pour it on top of me.
It's an action to feed someone a potion of healing. To drink one yourself is a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a moment. Need to check something.
What's it gonna be?
Just can you give me a potion? I'd like it. I could give you one. I just need one. Real bad.
Alright, so yeah, I'll just move over to Sunny and give them a potion.
Alright.
And that'll be all my turn.
Alright, go ahead and roll that 2d4. Alright, you gain 6 more points of life, Sunny.
Yay!
As it now passes on to Swoldemort's turn, who is going to... Swoldemort's getting a little low on spells. Swoldemort is going to step over and kind of out of the bonfire.
Got any word from me? I'm next to the bonfire, next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yay!
he's definitely
Opportunity attack.
Actually, is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna provoke an opportunity attack from you. He's not worried about you right now.
All right, so I use my weapon for that, right?
Yep.
Put my weapon. Okay.
17 hits. Roll it.
Ooh, that's 11.
Flashing
I'm good
damage.
now.
The axe once again strikes down into him. Yeah, he's looking real beat up at this point. But he is going to, for starters, the Mort that's over next to you, Sunny, is going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
That's a 9, I assume misses.
Nope.
The other Mort that was over where Penneh is going to move down to where Mavek is and make an attack against you, Mavek.
What? Stop hitting good Penneh.
The crit means nothing but 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Why are they getting freaking like over 20 on me? This is my luck in D&D summed up.
And then Swoldemort is going to look down between Penneh, and Sunny, and go after the one who seems weaker in this moment, which is Sunny.
Oh no!
That's a 16 and a 23.
Ow! Owie! 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 And he goes down. Surprising.
Oh, and goes down. And then...
What is that? 20... The 16 hits, and then the 23 hits, so that would be... yeah.
You would be fine then. I mean, you just had no failures, I think, right?
No failures. I'm just down.
Yeah, okay, he's down.
If the 9 didn't bring you down to 0, you don't have any failures.
No failures, just down.
Alright. In that case, he's going to use his last ability to cast a... what's he going to go with? He's going to... I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, Penneh. As he's going to use his burning bicep on you.
What? Is that a spell?
The DC's not that high. I don't know why it reads that. Yes, it's a spell.
I'll use my spell render just in case.
Oh, it is not a spell attack. It is a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
okay. Spell attack. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dexterity save.
The DC is only 15, not 17.
Woo!
You're totally good. You take half damage from that. He kind of spins his bicep around, and it seems like the friction of him moving his arm begins to generate fire as the flames kind of lash outward and catch up, but you manage to duck out of the way, avoiding the brunt of the blow. However, it also affects you on the ground, Sunny, and that's one failed death saving throw for you, Sunny.
How is that? Oh, it's burning hands. Okay.
Yeah, it's burning hands. And that is all for Swoldemort's turn, who's, like I said, looking pretty beat up. As we move on to Sunny, it is your turn. I need you to make me a death save.
Get a crit,
Okay.
get a crit. Fool me and get a crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay!
This is fast.
You have one success.
Is it
and
just
one
one
failure.
death save or one fail? Fail.
We have one success and one fail. And that brings us next to Mavek. What do you do?
I can't use Shredder again. So I'm going to use...
There's a
I'm
Mort right
looking at my
next to you.
list right now.
Don't forget, there's a Mort right next to you, too.
Yeah.
One of the minions.
Revive me, guys. Seriously, you need to revive me. Like,
I got you.
Do you got him? Do I need to worry about it?
I'll get him.
Okay, so you got him. Okay. So, I'm going to use the power of... Actually, no, that was my teammates. I can't even use that. I'm just going to walk up to him with aggressive again.
Alright, you run toward him. That's going to provoke an opportunity attack from the Mort next to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
I'm not worried about him. I missed.
13?
I dodged. I'm dodged.
Nice. You run up to Swoldemort. What do you do?
It's the axe again.
All right, go ahead and swing away. 15. Oh, 15 just barely misses.
God damn it.
You swing down, but the muscles are too hard. And he kind of looks down at you. That's about enough of that. Anything else on your turn?
Penneh, better get fucking out of this.
And at the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action to, like, body slam you. 14.
I dodge.
You miss. He kind of chucks down into the ground and then picks himself back up quickly. That's going to bring us next to Penneh.
Alright, so, Penneh will lean down right by Sunny and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you. Oh man. Ah.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Yay!
You're suddenly a lot less dead.
Swoldemort's turn.
Oh, wait, I'm not done.
Oh, I'm sorry, you still have a bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action, chug a potion.
That's a good idea. All the potions coming out today.
I haven't even bought any.
Coming down.
That's it now.
5 more points of healing. It's all going to count. And that brings us to Swoldemort's turn now, who's just about out of spell slots. No, he's yeah. He's gonna swing downwards at you. He's gonna go after Sunny.
What? Why? Oh.
That's with advantage though because you're still prone. So that's a 17. That takes you back down, right?
Yes, I'm down.
He's gonna whip around and swing it. He's gonna swing at you, Penneh. 17.
Miss.
I punched 3 times.
No, that was he was attacking with advantage on the first one.
Oh, okay.
That misses, and then he is going to, since he's out of real spell slots, he is going to use his Eldritch Lasts at you. He's going to throw that at you, Mavek, but with disadvantage because it's in melee. Oh wait, there it is. That's a 13.
13, I dodge.
You dodge out of the way. The 2 Morts that are still there have run up into the fray. Both of them are going to strike at you, Penneh. 24, I assume, hits for 6.
Yeah, 24 is the only one that hits.
You take 2 more as these kind of 2 swollen Morts are up in the fray. It's just a pile of people at this point. As that brings us to the top of the initiative, Sunny.
Right.
You're refreshed, but I need you to make a death save.
Okay. I need to refresh my computer. The internet went down.
Oh, geez. In that case, we'll just move on to Mavek and we'll run it when you get back. Mavek.
Okay. I am really tired of this shit. So better fucking hit him this time.
He looks real beat up.
What? Okay. Oh, I'll click fucking inventory items. Never mind. Okay, just fucking no roll, please. Yes!
20 hits, roll damage.
13! That's nearly max damage!
Mavek,
Yes!
would you care to
Fucking
describe your
tyrant.
killing? Would you care to describe your killing blow on
Oh my
Lord
gosh,
Swoldemort?
yes. He grips the what's the fucking called? The like the neck of the guitar. Yeah, that's I couldn't think second. Neck of the guitar. He freaking slams it cross down on his head, bisecting him down the middle with this axe. And there's a loud twang on the guitar as he's just bisected by this massive swing down.
All right, yeah. And as you kind of jump up and swing vertically, just straight through, blows that had been deflected off his muscles hit
Sunny's not dead yet. Sunny had 2 sales.
his strikes right on his head as it comes down and split perfectly in Mort, whatever, what have you. Lord Swoldemort falls down to the ground, and the 2 separate pieces collapse as Mavek. You are victorious in this moment, as are all of you, and have defeated Lord Swoldemort. You watch as the 2 Morts that had become magically kind of larger in size shrink back to their normal sort of Mort forms, and both of them go, hey, we give up, we're sorry.
Yeah, you better fucking run.
Yeah, we can run. Yeah, we'll run for sure we'll run. And both of them kind of begin taking off and ducking away.
And then Penneh walks up to the body of Swoldemort
and consumes it. But of course,
Okay, that's just kind of gross, but I can. Nope. Yeah. Ugh.
Anybody gonna help your friend who's down here?
I'll put you in a pot somewhere. Don't worry.
Go ahead and just. I don't think people have abilities left. So go ahead and make me another death save. I think it's just time has passed now.
Oh, do I just like come back or?
No, just roll the death save to see if you end up living. Yeah.
Oh no!
That's one dead flower.
Sonny dies. Everyone was out of juice.
I think that's 21 of the game. Like rolling that 20 on the death saving throw.
Everyone was
huge
out
deal.
of juice, but the person who wasn't out of juice, they let die.
At the end of the day, all has been well, so we can go over the details after, but for now, the four of you find yourselves back in Bartholomew's shop, as the various citizens of Central City, a larger crew of Morts, like you saw before, kind of went and took what was left that you hadn't scavenged already, Penneh, of the body away for presumably research. People came to help those that still survived from kind of the statue making and all of the push-ups that they were being forced to do.
Wait, if they were going to help those who survived, why wouldn't they just help me out?
Because this is in the instance, and this isn't like instantly after the battle. This is like in the aftermath of.
Okay.
But given time, Sarah and Sunny, both of you wake up in Bartholomew's shop. Mavek and Penneh, you soon rejoin them, and you now all stand before Bartholomew's shop, who kind of speaks to you now. Greetings, adventurers.
Yo.
Hi.
Penneh's like just loudly chomping on like a drumstick of a Mort.
A Mort drumstick, indeed.
Don't forget to chop that up for you.
I have. It seems like it was a hard-fought battle, one that was very close, but by the fact that two of you did return alive, it means that all of you have succeeded. Which means that I believe there is somewhat of a ceremony in order. And Bartholomew kind of snaps his fingers, and you hear, as the space that you're in alights with sounds and with colors, as confetti begins to rain, and kind of a large kind of glorious fanfare begins to play. The surrounded adventurers within Bartholomew's shop kind of all kind of applaud and clap as you all return, hailing your victory in the recent battle. Adventurers, you have defeated Lord Swoldemort, as I believe that he was called, and, well, as such, you have proven yourself exceptional, even among our adventuring troop. This means that you are due for a promotion now to the Fabled tier of heroes. Along with that will come greater responsibilities, greater rewards, more dangerous missions, and of course, a title. Have each of you chosen your title as of yet?
Sure.
Very well. In that case, he steps up first to you, Sonny. Bartholomew kind of steps in front of you. Sonny, you have a past that I won't say that I fully understand, but I do believe you've been through some relatively hard times and, well, seen some things that not many have. That being said, you do all that you do with a sunny disposition befitting your name, and you are an invaluable asset to our adventuring troop here. Sonny, have you selected your title?
I have.
What will you be known as, Sonny?
The sun's radiance.
Sonny, the sun's radiance. I could think of nothing more fitting. So it shall be. And Bartholomew hands you your reward of double the Fabled tier salary, 400 Bartholomew bucks in kind of a small sack that seems to jingle like they're coins, but it's just enchanted that way. When you open it up, it's just regular Bartholomew bucks inside. Very good, Sonny. He steps next in line. He steps next in line to you, Sarah. Sarah Galanodel. You seem to have some very strange vendettas against creatures that are beyond my personal ken and comprehension. But Sarah, over the time that I have seen you, you have done incredible things. Your abilities as a cleric exceed, well, all that I have met, save some of those very high up. As a Galanodel, you have proven yourself as a member worthy of your family and of our adventuring troop. Sarah, have you selected your title?
I have.
You might be cutting out on me a little bit.
Yes, I have, Bartholomew.
Yes. What will you be known as, sir?
The Necromancer.
Necromancer. Very well. And Bartholomew, so you shall be known as Sarah the Necromancer Galanodel. And he hands you once more the kind of tray with the Bartholomew coins upon it, and says, "Good luck in all your future endeavors. I expect great things." He steps to the side, standing now in front of you, Penneh. Penneh, you are a mushroom of few words. However, those words carry with them meaning, weight, and determination. Everything that you accomplish, you seem to do so with an air of aloofness and disconnection to the events around you that, well, they belay the spirit of an adventurer that is ready for anything as you move down the line. Penneh, have you chosen your title?
And it removes the Swoldemort drum thing and looks at Bartholomew and says, "Yes."
What will you be known as, Penneh?
Penneh wants to be Brave Big Cat.
What was the first word? Could you say that for me one time?
Brave.
Brave Big Cap. Penneh?
Brave.
Brave Big Cap. I've missed the B. How foolish of me. Penneh, Brave Big Cap is how you will be known now to the world. Congratulations on your promotion, Penneh.
Thank you. And he goes back to eating.
Yes, hands you your big kind of pile of money, just puts it on the ground while you're eating, and steps over to you, Mavek. Mavek, for an adventurer so new to our adventuring troupe as you have seen some incredible things. Things that many tailored adventurers, seasoned adventurers, have not even dreamed of. You've battled nightmare courts, surviving as no one else did, and now defeated Lord Swoldemort. You are an incredible musician and a brave adventurer. Have you chosen your title, Mavek?
Yes, I have.
What will you be known as?
I shall be known as Mavek, the Guardian of Metal.
Mavek, the Guardian of Metal. And so it shall be known throughout the realm. And with that, he kind of presents you your Bartholomew coins, and he says, "And with that, now all of you have been officially promoted to the Fabled tier. As I've said before, I expect great things from each of you, and wish all of you only the greatest of luck and Godspeed in your future endeavors. Congratulations, heroes." And there's one last kind of round of applause as the confetti rains down once more. The applause seems to be far greater than that of the number of adventurers present in the shop, as if it's also being conjured in. And you do know that Bartholomew broadcasts many of these boss battles for people around the world to see, so it may be the people around the world's applause. And with that, your Fabled tier promotion ceremony is concluded. You are now all Fabled tier heroes.